Sedu Asia is the only spiritual organization in the world which is fully committed to connecting the mortal beings with the immortal Lord Hanuman. We are based in Colombo because Matangs of Sri Lanka can lead us to the way which goes to Lord Hanuman. We are a group of people from varied backgrounds like anthropology, quantum mechanics, Vedanta, etc., who have dissolved their identities in order to become one with the immortal Lord Hanuman. And we now identify ourselves simply as servants of Lord Hanuman. Sedu is derived from Sanskrit, which means bridge. In this mortal world, we are assigned with the holy work of building the bridge of communication between Lord Hanuman and mortal beings. This was from 2015. I'm going to read you one story, all right? Lord Shiva once thought, if I am the destroyer, can I destroy everything? Can I destroy Brahma and Vishnu as well? Is my power effective on them too? When this thought came in Shiva's mind, he did not speak, but Brahma and Vishnu understood what he was thinking inside his mind. They started smiling. Lord Brahma said, Mahadeva, why do you not try your powers on me? I am also curious to know whether your powers are effective on me or not. When Lord Vishnu also insisted, Shiva hesitatingly tried his powers on Lord Brahma. He burned him down to ashes. As soon as he unleashed his powers, Lord Brahma disappeared and only a pile of ashes remained. Lord Shiva got worried. What did I do? Now what will happen to the universe? Lord Vishnu was smiling. His smile broadened when Shiva knelt down in remorse. When Lord Shiva was about to pick up the ashes in remorse, Lord Brahma reappeared from it. He said, Mahadev, I have not gone anywhere. I am right here. See, my destruction resulted in creation of these ashes. Wherever there is creation, I am there. Therefore, I cannot be destroyed even by your powers. Lord Vishnu smiled and said, Mahadev, I am the protector of this universe. I want to see whether I can protect myself too from your powers. Please unleash your powers on me. And Lord Brahma also insisted. Shiva burned Vishnu down to ashes by his powers. There was a pile of ashes in place of God Vishnu, but Vishnu's voice was still there. His voice was coming from the ashes. Mahadev, I am still here. Do not stop. Unleash your powers on these ashes too. Do not stop until every particle of these ashes is finished. Lord Shiva intensified his powers. The ashes started reducing. Finally, only a very small particle of the ashes remained. Even with all his powers, Lord Shiva could not burn the ashes further from that particle. Lord Vishnu reappeared from that particle of ashes and proved that he cannot be destroyed by Shiva. Lord Shiva thought to his mind, I am convinced that I cannot destroy Brahma and Vishnu directly. But if I destroy myself, they will be destroyed automatically because if I am not there, there will be no destruction. Without destruction, creation cannot take place. When creation is not there, Brahma is not there. Without creation, there is no protection. Hence, Vishnu will also disappear. Brahma and Vishnu understood what Shiva was thinking. They smiled. Lord Shiva self destroyed himself, and it exactly happened the way he was thinking. As soon as he burned himself down to ashes, Brahma and Vishnu also turned to ashes. For a moment, everything became dark. There was nothing except the eternal ashes of the Supreme Three. From these eternal ashes, a voice emerged. I am Brahma. I recognize that there is a creation of these ashes. Where there is creation, I am there. Thus, first, Lord Brahma appeared from the ashes, and then Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva followed, because creation is always followed by protection and destruction. Shiva realized that the Supreme Three are eternal and they cannot be destroyed. As a reminder of this incident, Lord Shiva put the eternal ashes, Bhasma, Vibhuti, all over his body. Lord Hanuman told this story to Matangs to hear only. According to human understanding, we can say that the Supreme Three, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, appeared from the eternal ashes, Bhasma, which Shiva wears on his body. This story, told by Lord Hanuman, puts end to the debate on father of the supreme three. Even in the ancient Hindu texts of Puranas, everything was clearly described, but various interpretations of these texts over the generations have ruined the actual information. But the above story is freshly told by Lord Hanuman recently to Matangs, and it should put end to all debates now. We are bringing to you minute by minute details of what all he did when he visited them. We have posted 2 full chapters, and more will be posted soon. This story will be part of one of the upcoming chapters. Well, they posted 27 chapters, and then they came out with 2 books which have additional information and are more detail about the discussion or the teaching that Hanuman gave to the Matangs. And then it stopped. You know why it stopped? It's something that happened between chapter 23 and chapter 24. The chapters were coming out quite regularly, once every 2 weeks, a month, and most was the gap. And chapter 24 was delayed for a while. And then one day I saw a post on Facebook from Sedu saying that there is a tremendous battle between Hanuman and the Asuras in order to release chapter 24, because it is a very crucial chapter. It explains how the time strings and the scenes that you experience operate. That means the true nature of the illusion that you experience is described there, and how the soul rides on time strings and all that. So once I read that, I got sad. It's like, okay, he's trying to bring true knowledge to everybody, and even in that process, he has to fight asuras, and he's not getting any help. So I was in KL that time. I was listening to some music, and I was sitting down and thinking about it. I was smoking some weed. And I said, I mean, why are you struggling so much, Hanuman? So I just tapped my right leg, and I said, come, relax for a while. Put your head down on my lap and just take a rest. That's what I did. And as I did it, I was doing it, as Jeevan, but the one that was making me do it was the one inside me. And the tears started flowing because the love was true. And true enough, I saw his form in a very misty manner, not the fully physical, but like a sort of like in a hazy, foggy kind of a shape. His huge head came and rested on my lap. And that night, that afternoon, the sense of the gods came. That night, I think Devi or whoever came and lied beside me. I didn't even turn around and look. But the entire bed, I have a very firm mattress that time. Even the mattress sank. That such was the weight. And that night, the chapter came out. The chapter that was delayed came out that day. See, the reason why Hanuman actually allowed these researchers, these quantum physicists and anthropologists and whatever, to release his words to the general public before the Messiah was here, before Kalgi was actually here, is because he was looking for the backup, and I was the backup. After that, the next time he came, actually he came quite a few times. But the next serious time he came, because I still didn't do much to help them, was, I can't remember when, and he came to me as my son. And he had just fallen after trying to eat the sun, the star that is closest to us. So at that point, I realized who I was and who he was. And I bent down to pick him up, and the tears started flowing from me, because this is my own son asking for my help, and I didn't help him. And still I didn't move, yeah. I started doing a little bit, but I still didn't move. I'll tell you why. Because as a soul, as Ram, I'm surrendered only to one thing, to Lord Shiva. And until Lord Shiva himself came and told me to do something, I will not move. Lakshmi came and asked for help, I did not move. The other gods came and asked, I did not move. I mean, when I say I did not move, it did not mean that I did not do anything. I just did the bare minimum. Until I said, no, whoever comes, I'm not going to listen. Lord Shiva himself must come and tell me to do something. And finally he did. And 5 days or 4 days after that, I walked away from my home with nothing but just my identity card and threw myself to the mercy of the world to see whether I will survive. I walked out of the house intending to walk all the way to Port Dixon to go to the Hanuman temple there and just sit at the beach and wait for my life to leave my body. And as I was walking there, I was not intending to eat or drink anything. I was already fasting for a few days. And when you are not eating for a few days, your body will be weak. But that was okay. But what I couldn't take was the thirst because it was hot, isn't it? You're walking from KL to Port Dixon is far. And I reached somewhere near Kajang. And I couldn't take the thirst anymore. So I took some water from a Starbucks. But you're sweating so much and you're so dehydrated. So I passed by this stall. They're selling drinks. I think, was it Ramadan? No, it wasn't Ramadan. And there was this kids selling, Malay kids and all that. So I went to them. I said, I know I don't have any money. Can you give me a drink? And the girl was like flustered. She didn't know what to do. So I went and sat at the bus stop nearby and I just thought, God, can't take this heat. You got to give me some water. And it was a hot day. It was like completely sunny, no cloud, no nothing. I sat there. Within 10 minutes, the thunder clouds just came in and it blew rain. It was a literal storm. I mean, this place was doing very good business because such a hot day. Cars were stopping all the time. People were buying drinks and snacks and all that. Within 10, 15 minutes, it was pissing down like nobody's business. And I felt bad. It's like, and now I spoiled somebody's business. It doesn't matter. So I waited for the rain to slow down a bit and continued walking. Then I came by sort of like a park. And there was a van there. There was another, guy selling food and drinks and all that. Again, another Malay guy. But this time when I went near, I didn't say I had no money. I just said this. Bang, aku haus, tak ada duit. Sedekah air satu. I have no money. I'm very thirsty. Can you just, I'm begging you for a drink. That's what sedekah means, Pichai. And he didn't say, he just said, tunggu sekejap. Then he served somebody, finished. And then he said, you want medium or, then he didn't stop the question. He took a big cup, filled it up with mango juice and put some ice in it, put it in a plastic bag, put a straw, just gave it to me. I didn't say anything. I just said thank you and I took it. And you know how wonderful it was. But that wasn't enough. An hour later, because when you're really dehydrated, your body is desperate for water. Another stall. Again, a Malay lady with an assistant, an Indonesian girl. I went to the Indonesian girls and said the same thing. Boleh sedekah air satu tak? She was like, But the boss heard. The moment the boss heard, she just came and pushed that girl aside. Na air apa bang? Didn't ask me why you're begging, whatever. And then I just said, whichever one you want to give. And then again, I think she gave me mango juice. I drank it. And then I continued on my journey. I got lost a little bit because I was looking for water. I entered into this housing area. I didn't know where I was. So I went back the route that I came. I started walking out about 45 minutes. And then, where was I? I was too tired. It was getting dark. So I just crossed the highway. There was like this flyover. Went to this place, these shop houses which were shut down. I just sat down and meditated. As I was meditating, I meditated with my eyes open. Tears started flowing. And so happened some Indians saw me. And guess what they did? Sitting in their car, taking out their phones, taking videos of me sitting down there and meditating. Probably they recognized me or whatever. I ignored it. And then later that night, I was been sweating the whole day, still dehydrated, and got wet in the rain and all that. I got nothing, right? Just wearing the same shirt, jeans, and whatever. So go to the Petronas nearby. Tell the guy I'm going to use the washroom for a while and take a quick shower with a pipe there. Wash the shirt, and squeeze it dry as possible. Put it on again. Walk back. There's a laundrette, and when you walk into this self-service laundrette, the fans automatically rotate. So I just kept walking under the fan, sitting down, letting the shirt dry on my body. Next door was his mama shop. And I remember I was still very thirsty. I've had like 2 or 3 drinks. So go in there, and there's this Indian Muslim boy from India, and they said, I need a sedekah. Can you just give me an iced lemon tea? He was not happy with it, but he didn't complain. He just, did the drink and gave it to me. And then I just went, continued meditating, going back to the laundry to dry my shirt and all that. The next morning, this was actually after I had actually gone to this and found this place that was giving free food for the homeless. And I won't tell about the homeless part now. I'm talking about my journey to Port Dickson. Then the next day, the morning, I realized I'm not in a physical state that is tough enough to walk to Port Dickson. I have to go back to KL, and if I'm going to die, it's probably going to be in KL. So